Hey everyone, we're gonna start the show in a second, but just before we do, we at Spare Parts wanted to acknowledge the events that are going on in the world right now with Ukraine, and say that our thoughts, hearts, and prayers are with everyone who is directly affected, indirectly affected with what's going on. Um, we don't agree with what is happening or from the Russian standpoint on this, and we just want to offer our support in some way to the people of Ukraine so that they can one day have a safe Ukraine and a free Ukraine to live in and feel safe and proud of. With that being said, on with the show, and sorry for any audio trip ups that haven't happened during this recording.
This is Spare Parts, your show for all things motorsports. With your hosts, Stephen Cleary, Sean Cavarella, and Taylor Moore.
Hear that music?
Hello, and welcome to this episode of Spare Parts. I am Sean.
I'm Steven.
And I'm Taylor.
I was debating just leaving it there and seeing how long I would sit in silence before either you two talk, but I realized breaking our traditional, normal intro would break both of you.
It'd be too much.
Yeah, I know. So it's been a week, hasn't it?
Yes, it has.
It's been 4 days that feel like a month.
Yep. You thought COVID
Yeah, and you know what?
felt slow.
I feel like it's been a decade, like with COVID and everything, and now with the current horrible situation in Ukraine, it's like, oh my gosh, I feel like I've aged 20 years.
Yeah, pretty much. Can we just we just stop continually living through unprecedented times? Can we just go to some good old times? Actually, you know what? Can we get to good times?
Yes, please.
That would be nice.
Someone stop the world. I'd like to get off.
I mean, you can get off whenever you want. It's just,
No.
No?
No.
No.
That's a masturbation
It's
joke. It's not a suicide joke. No?
I know. I
It's
feel
supposed to be
like
suicide
at this
minus
point,
a joke.
Oh, okay. Well, this is off to a great start. This was going well. Anyway, so yeah, it's been a week. Honestly, it just felt like this week's been fucking forever.
Mhm.
Really looking forward to recording this. So yeah, will we be around to record next week? Who knows? Stay tuned and find out.
Sean, why would you put that into the world?
Okay, to be fair,
We're
this
not.
this podcast is cursed. The second we started this, basically COVID happened, and COVID's been a thing ever since the whole running of this podcast. And now as soon as COVID's becoming not really a thing anymore, we're going to throw World War III into there. So,
Oh.
blame Steve.
Okay, first off, this is not going to be World War III.
Yeah, but the memes are more fun for World War III.
Okay, but the memes aren't funny.
Okay, I'll be honest. There are some fantastic memes. That's one of the best things is the memes. Like the one.
I mean, the memes for Mazepin being called to the Russian army are funny.
Those
are funny.
Yes. Like, what was the one where it's like?
Did you see the one with the tank?
No.
Oh, it's it was a GIF that someone posted. It was like Mazepin, he gets called to the Russian army, and like the tank is going up, I guess like the back of a tow truck or something, and then it falls off.
Okay, that's funny. I haven't seen that. No, that's great.
It's funny.
I expected it to just be a tank spinning in the parking lot.
It was even better. It fell
also
off
would have been a
something.
Mazepin.
Yeah.
But we may not have to worry about him again, right? We can talk about that later. But this week we are talking mostly about IndyCar, which season started, NASCAR, which season started, and F1 testing, which has started this week. So,
Concluded.
well, the first bit of testing. Isn't there more testing?
Yes.
Do they do a
Yes.
Bahrain test, or is Bahrain just practice?
Bahrain test, but
Okay.
the first part has started and concluded.
Mhm.
Yes. And they were all testing with Porpoise. Get it? Porpoise? Because the bouncing of the cars. I've been saving that one all
Porpoising?
week, I'll be honest.
Jeez. Yeah, shocker.
Is
I'm
that
really
why you said the keyword is, or like the buzzword is porpoise?
Well, that's what the fucking media was talking about for like the last 2 days of testing. But also,
Yeah, because we haven't seen porpoising in cars for like what, 20 years?
basically, something new. Just means you have to have an optimum setup. It's not.
Mhm.
I don't think it's as big of a deal as people are making out to be, but there's now a lot of porpoise to doing those runs. No.
I'm like 5 seconds from hanging up.
Okay, I hear the cat scratching at the door too behind me, so I'm pretty sure they want to
That's
kill
a
me.
sign.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I feel like we should put a porpoise counter on the video.
Oh, I can do that too if you really want.
Okay,
okay.
bad idea. Should not have shared.
So, what do you guys want to start first? Do you want to start Daytona, St. Pete,
Yeah, let's start
or
Daytona.
testing?
Let's start Daytona.
Okay. Where to begin with Daytona? Well, we watched that. Taylor did not, I'm assuming,
Shocker.
because she hates everything fun about NASCAR.
You know what happened? I meant to watch it, and then I completely forgot that it was on. But then I followed it.
I'm pretty sure she was giving that excuse way too many times.
I'm sorry.
Probably.
I'm trying my best. Okay, the next time
Yeah, that's a lie, because the race already happened
I-
today.
I did watch the IndyCar race today, though.
Did you
Okay.
watch Auto Club?
No, I did not watch Auto Club. What's that?
Well, not exactly.
I also
Oh,
did, I also
that's
did,
messed
I also
Point
didn't
proven.
watch-
I rest my case, Your Honor.
I also didn't watch the Auto Club race, though, to be fair. Wasn't missing much out of that. It kind of was a repeat of last
No.
year.
Hmm.
Thanks, Kyle.
Okay, so Daytona 500. Interesting results.
I was going to say fun
That I
race,
don't
to be
think-
honest.
Yeah, I'm just honestly, I'm a little surprised with how things ended.
I made money.
Yeah.
Did you bet Cindric?
Yeah. Okay, so funny thing
Yeah,
about
he's
Oh,
so
good for you.
the top four, me and Steven were basically facing each other in our bets. I had 1 and 3, he
Nice.
had 2 and 4.
Oh, nice.
So we were making money. But yeah, that was fun. Yeah. What would you say your biggest takeaway of Daytona was, Steven?
Biggest takeaway. Well, I'm gonna pretend I didn't watch the race today, and I'll say the field is still learning,
Yeah.
and that's what we'll leave it at because we're walking a very delicate line. Because as you said, we sort of went back to last year with today's race. So I'm gonna say that was the biggest takeaway from last week.
You can include this week's take in there because I didn't catch it. You want to give some insight on
Okay,
feel free.
okay. No. We'll save it for next week. We can't.
Okay.
No. Let's not cover too many races at once.
Okay. I would say the Chevrolets do not look very good on the super speedways. I will not be betting on them, I think, going forward at any plate tracks.
Oh, yeah, there's your takeaway. Bet Ford.
Bet Ford or Toyota. Toyotas were there too.
That's good to know.
But yeah,
Not the Toyota you
out
thought.
Out of the top 10, one was a Chevy.
Yeah,
So
they did not look great.
Ford, Toyota, Ford, Toyota, Ford. And that's, I bet
Changed
only
up.
Fords to win. Mostly because they looked fast in all the races leading up to Daytona. So I put money on a bunch of Fords. And Austin Cindric gets his first win. I mean, what better of a place to get your first win than Daytona 500? But also,
An iconic race.
What a way to kick off your career in the number 2 car.
yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
You replace Keselowski and come in and immediately. Hey, didn't I say something in the preview about watch out for Cindric? didn't
Did
I
you
mention
read
it?
it?
Yep.
It's one race.
I will
Really?
take my wins when I get them.
That's fair.
It could be your only
Gonna-
one this season.
Oh, and then we also had the fun. The one incident of the race that was of note was the
Okay.
what was it? The wreck with who was it that did a blow over?
Oh, Harrison Burton.
Harrison
welcome
Burton,
to the show, kid. You're gonna have Brad Keselowski pushing the shit out of your car and get turned. Not in the fun way either.
Ooh. Well, it's better than the Xfinity race where you end up in the fence.
Oh,
Yeah. Who was it? Matt Schneider.
Yeah.
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 That. Okay. Sidetracking a little bit. That was a bit of a scary one.
For who? Michael Jordan? They were standing right behind it.
Yeah.
Didn't we talk about this last
Yeah.
week though? I think we mentioned
little bit,
I think
yeah.
we mentioned the Snyder
We
crash
did.
last week.
Yeah.
Again.
Oh, we did, yeah.
It feels like a long week, so whoops.
Yeah. Don't remember what happened in the last 2 days, man.
No, not gonna make a joke. Okay, focus. So, I don't know. I didn't hate the race. It actually was entertaining. This again, without the stages, maybe you could have seen more of a strung out race. Stages really help, I guess, the plate races from becoming like the what is it, the 99 race where everyone hates the Daytona, where it was just strung out and like 8 guys finished in the lead lap.
Or 2001.
2000? No, not 2001. 2001 was
No,
Dale Earnhardt.
2000?
2000?
Yeah.
That was 2000. Yeah,
Maybe somewhere around there.
one of those two.
One of the Y2K races.
Yes. So yeah, it looked like going in, it had the chance to be strung out with like speed weeks and like seeing how they did in the duels. But yeah, it was still a good battle. Pit stops did make a big difference. Some teams couldn't get the new tires, and whoopsied that. Yeah.
There's gonna be a heavy learning curve for everyone on
Yeah.
the team this year.
No, yeah, this is a weird year for NASCAR where I feel like I want to say anything can happen, but then after today, I'm just like, okay, have we gone anywhere? I don't know. But overall, for the Daytona 500 being a marquee event, what would you guys rate the race?
Ooh. Solid 8.
I was thinking
It was a
7.
solid-
I was thinking
solid
7.5, but yeah.
Close. Yeah. Like it wasn't not gonna be
those
up there as
both
best of
sound
all
like
time.
good numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Not best of all time, but a very good race. Very entertaining.
You still have the issue where you basically have just 2 trains the entire time,
Yes.
and it's
I mean, that's more to do with just the nature of the sport. So
yes and no,
don't know.
because it's if you watch a lot of older 500s, like the ones people reminisce about, the pack wasn't 2 trains. It was more of a pack of cars that kind of ran a bunch of different lines, and you could easily you could move around within it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The
But
2
I
trains
wonder-
is like the new pack, even though it's not necessary. It's just 2 lines.
Yeah, but I wonder also because during the duels we saw Logano spin out and cause some damage to his car, and as we mentioned with the supplier issue, how many guys were playing it a little more safe, seeing that early on. Survive the first 100 miles, 150 miles, and then maybe make some moves, or we need to survive the first 5 races this season, and then you can start pushing a little bit, learn the car and learn the limits, and then you can start pushing the car or something
Yeah.
like that. I don't know, but there is some
I think we lost Steven there.
extra context that
Ye-
would be because the Burton one, the Burton flip, as bad as it was in terms of damage to the car, was sort of a freak accident too.
Yeah, like the car
Right.
was mostly intact and still was.
Yeah, like it was just a bad bump
Yeah.
of a veteran driver on a rookie. So
That's fair.
it might have just been a rookie, might have just literally been a rookie mistake, right? So
Mhm.
Or just not knowing that push is coming that hard. Right?
Yeah. yeah, so
There is a guy I do feel bad for, though, from the race.
who's that?
Uh,
Bubba.
3-time second place finisher in Daytona. Twice the 500,
Aw.
Bubba Wallace.
Yeah, I felt bad for
But
him.
I won't feel bad until he has the Tony Stewart record of 19 wins at Daytona, but never a 500.
Yeah. That was a fun stat they brought up.
Yeah.
Yep, and they kept ribbing him on it because he was in the booth for it.
What'd you think of
It's
the
like,
booth? Because
yeah,
that's a new booth they have there.
yeah, it was a solid little mix. I think Tony did fine, and it's fun to have, or it could have been hit and miss with having an owner, but when that owner is a former driver,
Yeah.
provides a little more insight than just I put money into the sport and that's about it.
It was kind of funny
So-
also having like Clint Boyer kind of, jab at him a few times.
Yep, and Clint is sort of not, I wouldn't say known to do that, but
I'll be honest, I didn't
He's-
like him at first, but he's growing on me. I'm really liking
Yeah.
Boyer.
well, it was a bit of a deviation from the norm, I'd say, right? Like he's sort of been a different voice in the booth.
Yeah. Well, when you've had the same booth for like 20 years, right?
Yeah.
It's been kind of
Yep.
hard to kind of keep that. He brings in a new type of energy into that booth that I feel like
Exactly.
you had when like Darrell Waltrip first came in. He had that like, I don't want to say youthful
Laid back.
energy.
Laid back energy.
Yeah, it's like a laissez-faire kind of like, don't really care, but I'm flying off the wall at the same time.
And a quick side note on that. Did you see people getting on him because his tie was too long?
No. What?
So basically, the broadcaster norm is that your tie goes down to your belly button, or just roughly in that area. His was down like to his belt, and people started calling him out on it. So
What would you think is tie etiquette? What
I
would
don't
both of
know.
you think? Like, where would you think a tie should go?
I don't know. Shouldn't be too short. Shouldn't be. Look too long. I don't know. I can't tell if Sean's frozen or not right now.
No, it was you that was frozen.
No, you.
No.
I was frozen, being like, are you freezing again?
I don't know.
Oof.
Oh,
Steven,
yep.
Steven with the bad internet
Fucking with
tonight.
the internet.
I know.
Stop
I'm
downloading
on
all that
hotspot,
stuff.
so it won't be me.
That's fair. I would say just, tie is like just with the belt. That's kind of what I was told ties go to. I don't know. That's such a weird thing to get on someone about a tie.
I don't know. Like, people will pick up on anything, right? They find like anything and everything to criticize.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
But like a tie, I don't think it really matters. Like, yes, there's a length that it should be. Like sometimes ties can look too short and it's a little, or they're too long, which is they're obviously too long, but at the same time, like it's not really like a big enough deal for people to like make fun of it so much. But
I think
don't
the
know.
worst thing is like if the tie's pattern doesn't match what you're wearing. It shouldn't matter the length as long as it looks fine, matches.
We're really getting in the weeds on fucking ties. That's what we're gonna do this week. Eh?
Welcome to Tie Talk, obviously. Duh. I mean, like it's a weird thing to get on someone about.
Yeah.
If it looks good, it looks good. Unless you're like, me or Steven. Well, I guess more.
The internet had to think about this week.
Yeah. Clearly.
So I think that's enough.
Okay, fine. We'll end it. Any other final thoughts for NASCAR for Daytona 500? Good start to the season.
Good start. Looking forward to the rest of it that I will actually watch and remember to watch.
Did we catch the ratings for the race? Steven?
Yeah.
You're usually the guy who has the ratings.
For what?
The race.
Sorry, my internet. I was gonna say my internet's been fucked up.
Oh, great. So you're half in this tonight. Okay.
Half in the bag.
Yeah, my back's going to be sore from carrying this one. No?
Nah, what can you do?
I know. Pretty sure Taylor's half asleep right now.
Just say your back's gonna be sore from something else.
You want to elaborate?
No, I'm good.
Okay. I did a 4.7. Okay.
Not
No,
bad.
Pretty good.
it's okay.
I'd say it was a good way to kick off the new next gen.
Yeah.
Again, not great. Good.
I don't necessarily think you'll be seeing large jumps in NASCAR ratings, but I feel like if not, free falling is a good thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like it's up from 2019. Sorry, it's up from last year. It's down from 2019. So, it's hard to know what's up with that, right?
Mhm.
So, interesting to see if it kind of stays around that 5, maybe goes above, maybe goes below number. Is that where you want your series to be? Maybe. Still puts it, I think, better than anything else that weekend, but it's not growing. You may never see that growth you ever had before, like in the 90s, so just take it. It's better than a lot of other sports that aren't the big three, I would say, in the States.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So should we move on to talk IndyCar today?
Yes, it was a good race.
Yeah, it was a fun race.
It was a
Mhm.
fun race.
I did not win money on this one.
Oh,
Steven, did
but
you?
we had a
Nope.
first time race winner this week. So
Where's he from, Sean?
Australia.
down under.
Sakes.
No, I'm gonna stand by this. I'm
It's a
doubling
fucking
down
joke.
on this.
Google it.
No, he's from New Zealand.
He's
Sorry.
born in New Zealand, but he's basically been living in Australia forever, so he's basically from Australia. He didn't move to America from New Zealand. He moved there from Australia. Suck it. I'm not wrong. Don't give me that look.
Not
People can't
wrong.
see your looks on a podcast. This is audio.
That
You
is
are
so
wrong.
true.
You
I
can't.
keep forgetting that this is a podcast and we have to explain how annoyed we look at you.
Like Steven looks generally like dead inside and wanting to
Always.
eviscerate me.
Mm-hmm.
That's his usual look too. So who knows?
Yep.
But yes, we had new race winner first time in 1 year that the race winner opened the season. Last year was Pillow, went on to win the championship. This year's Scott McLaughlin. Yeah. Thoughts?
Yeah,
Opinions?
because he also
Suggestions?
put it. I was gonna say he also put his car on pole, right?
Yeah. He
So
P1 won the race. It was good to see the two strategies kind of come in.
mhm.
I'll be honest, I was surprised how clean the race was.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
very clean.
one caution, right? I
One
think is what we
caution,
got out of
one
it.
DNF.
Mm-hmm.
It was Malukas
It was
tagging the
very
wall,
interesting.
and yeah,
Yeah. Even the commentators were talking about that, how there hadn't been really any yellow flags beyond the one caution.
yeah, and it was a 26 car field.
Mm-hmm. So it's good to see, like it's good to see those kinds of races, but no, it was really good. There was a really good battle between McLaughlin and Pillow at the end, which was really interesting. So no, it was a good race all around.
So here's the stupid thing also. Of a 26 car field on a track that has basically a minute lap time, how many cars finished in the lead lap? 22. 3 cars did not finish in the lead lap. 4 cars didn't. One of them didn't finish the race. The 3 cars that did finish the race, Dalton Kellett had some kind of problem. I think Calderon had an extra pit stop, and Jimmy Johnson was the last car to get lapped. And he was also trying to then hold up McLaughlin so Pelot could get by him. So, it is a tight field. It is very competitive.
Which is good.
Yeah.
I'd rather see that.
It is good, but I just mean, like, I don't know what to expect for this year. Like, it is insane. I feel to be in this championship in IndyCar, you're going to have consistent, basically top 10s all year.
Yeah, no, for sure. You're gonna have to be
there on the
very
podium.
consistent.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to fight for it like every race. So like it's gonna be very tight, I think.
Yeah, like just a couple guys who had pretty bad days. Rossi was 20th, Rosenquist 17th, Newgarden 16th, O'Ward 12th. Like these are guys people expect also to be up there fighting for championships, and they're like Callum Ilott beat Alex Rossi. The fuck? It's a little ridiculous how tight these races are.
No, for sure. But it's gonna be a really exciting season, I think, and I'm really excited for the rest of it. Like I hate the fact that we have to wait like a month for the next race.
I know. Ugh.
Like I hate that so much.
Who the hell came up with this schedule?
Good question. Yeah, next race is not till March 18th at Texas, which, okay, the next race is not till April 8th at Long Beach. We all know there's
That's so long.
Well, Texas isn't really a race because they can't pass in that fucking track, so.
Also, did you guys, like, on the note of IndyCar and them racing at St. Petersburg today, did y'all see the sports commentator guy who posted on Twitter about, how F1 had canceled their F1, like, their Russia race, and then he's like, but IndyCar is racing in St. Petersburg.
No.
Did someone actually?
Oh,
yeah, and it's like a legit sports commentator tweeted that, and I was like,
I want to know where the palm trees are in St. Petersburg, Russia. You know?
Yeah.
I was like, my dude, like, no. Like, IndyCar is a North American series that does not race outside of North America.
That is.
It was so bad.
So stupid.
Not to mention, if these cars were in St. Petersburg right now, 100% Putin's being like, take all their fuel is going to front.
Yeah, exactly. Or just Americans can't leave. Take all their money.
Ukrainians are chirping and saying they will tow our tanks. Send gas there.
Did you see the video of the tractor towing the tank? That was hilarious.
No.
Yeah, some Ukrainian tractor was just towing a tank away because it had run out of fuel.
No, I saw the Ukrainian guy. Gosh. I saw the Ukrainian guy driving up and chirping the one tank crew, saying, "Hey, want me to help you get towed back to Russia?"
Yeah, nice. That guy. Yeah.
Anyway,
I love seeing all the guys with massive balls out of this stuff. Like that guy, like just chirping guys invading your country.
Yeah.
Great. But this is why people should like Google or like. Why can't Twitter have like an option to be like, this sounds stupid. Are you sure?
Can you imagine how annoyed people would be if every single time they wanted to tweet something, Twitter asks them, do you think this is stupid? Because it kind of seems stupid. Are you sure?
Have you thought? Because how do you just
yes
tweet,
or no?
You see IndyCar St. Petersburg and go, oh, why are they in Russia? It's like, okay. Have one thought before you tweet. Your tweet shouldn't be your first thought.
Precisely. And this is the problem with Twitter is a lot of people like they'll get angry about something and they're like not thinking whatever, like whatsoever, and they just tweet about it. And it's like, do you think logically ever? Do you have brain cells?
Okay, to be fair, in some sporting situations, there is no time to think. You just tweet, and then
That's
you check
fine.
the
I
replay
get that.
and be like, "Oh, I was wrong." But you don't
Right,
delete
but
that tweet.
that's yeah, but that's different, right? Like when you're live tweeting something and you're interpreting a situation that's different. But when you're tweeting about a race being held in St. Petersburg, especially a series that only races in North America, like that is well known. Like you can fact check yourself before you do something. Like it's not that hard.
It literally requires the simplest Google search.
Yeah, St. Petersburg IndyCar and it would bring up Florida.
Yeah, Tampa Bay. Like, come on. Don't be stupid. It's simple. The bar is on the fucking ground.
It's below the ground right now.
I know. But anyway, Scott McLaughlin got his first win. Alex Palou comes in second and is continuing his, championship, or I guess second year of a championship. Well,
Defense.
that's the
Is that
word I
what
was
you're-
looking for.
There you go.
Sorry. The thought of defense just thinks of Ukraine now. No, bad. Okay, and then Will Power got third. So double Ozzy
For sheer
podium.
will.
Yeah, and Power was trying to catch them at the end. He was what? What? What's wrong, Steven?
No, fucking Australian.
Close enough.
Speaking of doing a mild Google search,
Speaking of having an internet that
searchable.
works,
What does it say on Google right now?
I don't know. Can you actually Google, or does your internet just say like, no, I can't do that at the moment?
Oh, I googled it just fine, bud.
Okay, well, I don't. Yes, he is New Zealand and is a New Zealander, but he also was racing previously in Australia, so he came from Australia. I never said he was Australian. I just said he came from Australia. Okay, maybe the saying the double Australian was kind of wrong, but I knew that'd rile you up. So, any additional thoughts to this race? Steven, Taylor, Floor?
Well, I think honestly, I'm just really looking forward to the rest of the season. I think we're gonna see some really intense battles for race wins. And I think that like overall, I think the championship's gonna be really tight this year, like even tighter than last year. And I think we're gonna see some new names in the mix. But I mean, it's hard to also tell like with one race, especially like anything can happen in one race. That doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to see consistency from one person to the next. But I was proud of Grosjean. He did well today, my boy. But yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to seeing how everything plays out.
Okay. I would kind of agree with you there of saying like it's too early to really read into anything. Obviously, you can tell the field is tight. However, everything we also kind of predicted also was there. Like some of our general
Yeah.
thoughts of our like season preview, like okay, we expect like the big dogs to be like Penske and Ganassi. Oh look, podium, Penske, Ganassi. Better start to the year this year for Penske than last year. Then you have, your Andretti's being 4th and 5th. Again, kind of figured that was going to be the big three to beat. In terms of the back of the field, you had Dalton Kellett, Calderon, Johnson, DeFrancesco. Okay. Kind of thought that's kind of where that would go too.
Mm-hmm.
It's just going to be who can kind of... For race wins, every week there's going to be someone who's going to be able to pop up and win. It's the guys who are finishing like 8th to 1st consistently are going to be your championship favorites, and I feel like it's way too early to call. I feel terrible for betting sites because I am definitely going to make some bets maybe on the championship, and especially after this week because I still think Newgarden has a good chance.
Even though he finished 16th.
Hey, barely finished the opening of last year's race.
That's fair.
Uh-huh. And I feel like his odds went down, so I'm still going to be beating that horse. I'm rooting for Newgarden.
7.1 was the average race finish to win, or average finishing position to win last year. So,
well, we have a lot of guys off to a good start. I would still say dark horse, Marcus Ericsson. Still,
So I would agree with that.
he was 8th. He had a good race.
9th.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right, 8th. That's on the sun looking at it has like position and car number. So it is 8th, 9th car, 9, 8 car. So yes.
Your eyes really don't work.
Dude, half of me doesn't work.
Fair.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, that was good fun. Good to see that all these seasons are up and running, and
Mm-hmm.
now we just gotta wait.
See you in a month,
And
IndyCar.
wait.
Back in the drawer.
Well, at least we get NASCAR still, and
Yep.
F1's gonna pick up the pace. Don't we have an F1 race before the next IndyCar race?
Yes, we do.
So that'll be nice.
Brutal.
Could be worse.
It's
Wasn't it like
actually
6
brutal.
weeks one time?
Yeah, I think one time it was.
Oh, no. The next race is March 18th to 20th.
Same
Yes.
weekend.
Same
So
weekend
technically,
as-
we will have
Oh,
an
okay.
F1 race before an IndyCar race. Technically.
Yes.
Is the IndyCar racing on the Saturday or the Sunday?
They're racing on the Sunday. They're both
Okay.
on March 20th.
Okay, then. Fine. We will have one beforehand.
One is at 11. The other is at 12:30. So
Yeah.
overlap.
That's going to be a pain.
It's gonna be a long day.
Are we around for that race?
Yes.
Yes.
Don't leave till the next day.
Okay, the next day. Okay. Hey, I'm just trying to figure it out.
You've asked that
Ugh.
question like 20 times. I'm not surprised that you asked it again.
I don't recall asking it once, so yay!
Exactly. Your memory's dog shit.
Yes, it is. I blame head trauma.
Throw that explicit on the podcast.
What? What am I supposed to? What are we talking about?
Throw the Never mind.
What?
Never mind.
I
Okay,
forget.
let's go.
Can you speak whale? Yeah, it's like okay, fine. That's cool. Okay, just look at me disappointed. Fine.
Yes, I'm gonna be looking at you disappointed because it is currently 9:24 and this grandma's gotta go to bed.
That's also true. So talk about some testing to wrap this up.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
We finally seen what every car looks like. They all look
Mm-hmm.
radically different.
Full review
Yes.
next week. Don't worry.
Yes, we will go into details next week.
Mm-hmm.
Anything to take away from testing?
Honestly, I just don't never know what to believe anymore. With testing, it's just you can't read into anything in testing.
Ferrari and McLaren look fast, and Mercedes go fast this last day. Okay.
Well, I was gonna
Exactly.
say if we did a recording after day 1, we could have joined the chorus of voices saying Hamilton's washed up.
Oh
Oh my, yeah, because like
Ugh.
Russell was just a bit faster.
George was 0.02
Yeah.
faster. Washed up. He's being beat by a rookie to the Mercedes team. Washed up.
Yeah,
Ridiculous.
he just doesn't come there with the same porpoise anymore.
I will fucking stab you.
What did I tell you?
I
Like,
had to.
what did I
I
say,
had
like,
to. I had
2
to.
minutes ago?
It was too easy. It was sitting right there, and you teed it up, nailed it. Okay, so
No, just no.
fine. So, anything else to think about? in terms of testing?
I feel like it's really, I think it's hard to talk about testing only because, like, we've said this like so many times about like testing in general, especially with F1, is like teams do different things to try and make it look like their cars aren't as good. Like sometimes it's true, right? Like with Aston Martin, we all thought that they were sandbagging and hoped that they were sandbagging last year, and
And
it
they were
was like
shit.
actually it just yeah, they were just
Yeah.
terrible. But with like this year, especially with the new regulations, you have to wonder if teams are going to strategically be a certain way to try and hide what they've done with the car.
Yeah.
Because they all have to work now within these regulations as best they can, and they all have to try and do things a little bit differently with this rule change. So I can imagine that perhaps they're trying to strategically, I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it. Like so that
Teams
other
run their
teams
own
won't see
programs.
what.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Each team runs their own program. They never want to show the true hand. They what we see now in these cars, they will already be updated by the time Bahrain testing and by the time Bahrain race comes around.
exactly.
Will they probably solve the porpoising issue? Probably.
Hopefully.
They have to.
Mhm.
Or they'll just let the guys just kind of as they go down the straight. Maybe.
Put hydraulics on it.
One thing I didn't like was the the Red Bull not showing its car, and then all of a sudden like, oh yeah, here it is, being so secretive. And I get it. It's the way the sport is, but also it's like
Lots of people had show cars.
I only 2 people did.
Oh,
Only Haas and Red Bull didn't show actual cars.
oh yeah.
Everyone else showed their car. But it'll be interesting to see which teams are quick, which teams aren't. Of the if Ferrari and McLaren have become more competitive, again, it'll be good to see other teams fighting for wins. But if you still keep the big 2 up there, maybe it becomes, depending on the week, one of those other 2 below them will jump one of the 2 or both. So there is that, right? I like what I'm seeing so far. The cars look like they can follow a little bit better.
Mhm.
We'll see.
Yeah, it's just one big we'll see. Like we'll see what happens. But I'm really hoping that we're going to get some really fun racing this year.
Honestly, I think so. The cars look
Yeah.
pretty good on track.
I hope it's Aston Martin's year. I will hold to that.
I thought you were a
But I
Ferrari
also
girl.
hope I am a Ferrari girl,
Yeah.
but I mean now
Traitor.
that we have our bet on Sebastian Vettel, I'm like
Yeah, that's a shot in the dark bet. That was stupid payout. That's not going to come true. After testing, I do not feel confident in that bet at all.
No.
we never know.
Yeah, last
Although-
year we were like being like, "Oh no, please Aston, just be sandbagging." No. And after this year I'm just like, yeah, they don't look that fast.
Did you see though, like when on one day in testing, there was like an oil fire or something on Vettel's car, and he's in there with like a fire extinguisher.
Vettel wears many hats.
He does.
That's why his hair
He
was still
does
there.
everything. I'm not sure that that's the.
True, that
that's
was
the
probably
truth.
that was just Ferrari stress. That was probably hurting his hair.
Probably.
He got it back. He got it back. Looks great. So, yeah. I guess the last bit of testing news that came out was that as a result of the Russia thing, Haas I guess starting day 3 of testing, got rid of all of the Euro Kyle sponsorship logos from their team. Mazepin did his morning running, but then kind of effed off. So we shall see what the future of Haas entails.
Yeah. Is it bad? that I thought that the testing livery that they came out with, like just the plain one, looks better than the regular one.
Oh my, no, 100%. Just the plain white and black looks so good.
It
I
looks so
agree.
much better than like the Russian colors that they had.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Yeah, I really liked the white with the
No
black
longer
on the
the
bottom.
American Russian combo.
No.
less American, more
Again,
Russian.
just put like a nice star and maybe a red and blue stripe across. Tell you, you're golden. But two
Mhm.
things. One, does this give an in for Andretti to maybe, if Haas can't find sponsors, does Andretti maybe become Andretti Haas F1 team? Who knows?
That would be fun.
Apparently, like I've seen so many things circling around the internet, like around this Andretti entering F1 thing. And one of them is Andretti has been trying to buy the Haas team for like years.
Really? That wouldn't surprise me.
Hmm.
Gene
No.
Haas hasn't been too happy, I'm pretty sure, ever since the first season of Drive to Survive came out, where he was like, "We're losing money."
Hmm.
However, I'm pretty sure that series possibly saved that team.
Yeah.
But like, look how awful they've had luck with sponsors, like Rich Energy,
Hmm.
Euro Kyle, whatever. Like, obviously they're not getting paid up front.
No.
Like they,
Which I feel like I don't know.
how
Is
come
that
you
like
can't just get
normal?
any other team just kind of like pay up front, or just pay
Yeah.
something that's not that? So we might see a new sponsor on the Haas. We might see a new driver.
Again, crossing my fingers for both.
And if that seat was to become available, who would you like to see fill it?
Well, according to Steiner, that seat belongs to Fittipaldi.
Which it 100% should go to. I love Pietro
Mhm.
Fittipaldi. That guy needs to
Mhm.
have a seat.
I agree.
He's one of those guys who's had just like a tough time in motorsports. Pretty sure he broke his legs the one time. Basically, he's bounced
That
around.
spa, yeah.
Yeah, he's bounced around from series to series, never finding anything that's full. But he is naturally talented. Like he's quick in everything he's ever been in,
Hmm.
which has had some
No.
terrible luck and lack of big
Yeah.
money to back him up.
Yeah, and he 100% deserves that seat. And I would be very happy to see him in that in racing for Haas. If the I think inevitable happens,
We don't
which
think.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen.
Yeah, we don't think that Haas is keeping them, right? Euro Kyle is gone and Mazepin's gone.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
He's
don't know.
caused like even outside of him being Russian and the whole like and what's currently going on,
The war.
he's a terrible driver and he's been nothing but bad press for them since he signed to the team. So it doesn't actually make sense to keep him on.
Yeah. He doesn't bring any real value except his money. The money's not
Correct.
there. Replace him.
Yep.
Yep.
Not that hard.
And there's probably got to be something where, hey, you didn't bring your side of the deal, you're gone.
Yeah. So
I want him to race Bahrain and come last, just so he can come 21st again.
I don't even want him on a track.
Yeah, no thank you.
Yeah. I would say again, like
Just the
give him a
walls.
tank, but like we said, he'd probably mess that up too. Like flip
Yep.
it going into a truck or drive it into a river.
Spin it.
Yeah, pretty much.
And as a spin.
You want the what now?
Never mind.
Are you referencing something? It's like a TikTok.
No.
He's trying
It's a song.
to
It's a song you know very well.
he was trying to sing Rasputin, but then he tried to change it to Mazepin.
Oh, like, rah,
But
rah,
because his
Mazepin.
internet
Okay. His internet
Mazepin.
sucks. Yeah. Okay. I see. I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on. I'm just gonna chalk it up to roommates back downloading porn.
Well,
Probably.
that's. What was it? South World want to get off? We're ending with that too.
Yep.
Oh boy.
No.
Okay. Good night. Farewell.
was
So
saying,
long,
is there-
farewell.
Okay, Taylor's done. Is there anything else we need to talk about, or that's kind of everything that's kind of happened this week? And
It's been a long week.
Yep.
It's been a long week.
And now
No,
we're copyrighted. Can't get this up. Thanks, Taylor. Thank you. Yeah, we're done.
That's not the actual lyrics.
I know,
So,
I know.
but whatever. Okay.
It's
Yes,
been a
we
long
know.
week. I feel like this week will be possibly longer. I'm sure we'll have more news regarding the Mazepin thing probably this week.
Yeah.
We will see what happens. We have a whole bunch of other stuff to talk about that we've kind of been pushing back. So we'll kind of deal with those next week. Go over what the cars look like. Yeah. Have a good week. Stay safe. And we will be back next week. Goodbye.
Thanks for listening to Spare Parts. Remember to follow the show on Twitter at sparepartspod and the hosts at Stephen Clary, at Sean Cavarella, and at Tate Moore.